He was the last Superman in the world because someone had placed a kryptonite inside his head, which made him unable to use his superpowers. But Superman still insisted on helping humanity. When someone was hit by a car, he would stop the driver and take the injured person to the hospital. When an exhibitionist came to the school, he jumped out of a box and caught the person. He even insisted on pushing the Earth away from the sun because the glaciers were melting fast. One day, a reporter came to interview him. Superman said that every time the kryptonite emitted a signal, he would get a headache. Luckily, chewing gum helped to ease the pain. But the reporter firmly believed that he had a mental illness. Unexpectedly, while searching for a monster, Superman's headache came back, but he had run out of gum. The reporter had to take him for an examination and found that there really was a kryptonite inside his head. She was stunned, but when she tried to continue the examination, Superman resisted strongly, thinking it was the villain's base. The reporter had to have the doctor put on a cape and pretend that it was Superman's hospital. The result shocked her even more. The kryptonite was actually a bullet. At Superman's home, the reporter found a certificate from a mental hospital. It turned out that when the man was a child, he had been shot in the brain by a bullet. He survived, but occasionally had seizures. He had a happy family, but a car accident brought his life back to the bottom. The man looked at the onlookers, all of them so cold and indifferent. He tried to lift the car, but it was too heavy. He grabbed a fire extinguisher, but suddenly had a seizure. The man could only watch his wife and daughter perish in the flames. From then on, the man went mad. He firmly believed he was Superman, and if he did good deeds every day, he would one day regain his superpowers. The reporter learned his story and decided to hand him over to the head of the mental hospital. Before he was taken away, he yelled that the villain had arrived and begged the reporter to save him. But she just filmed the ending of Superman's story. 1 year later, Superman became a normal man. But one day, he was asked for help by an injured person. The man coldly refused, until he suddenly realized that the child trapped in the fire was the little girl who once believed he was Superman. The man quietly poured water over himself. The reporter urged him that the firemen were on the way, but the man calmly told her that he was Superman. He first saved the girl's mother from the fire, then lifted the car to rescue the injured person. But he did not regain his superpowers. Instead, he saw another group of supermen. The man handed the reporter something and entered the fire again. But the fire had already spread inside. Superman did not hesitate. He jumped out of the window holding the little girl. The little girl was safe. Amid the cheers, Superman's soul flew toward the sky, but his body stayed in place. Superman was once again captured by the villain. The reporter took out the last thing Superman had given her. It was an organ donation card. This was his last gift to the world.